So I'm Aaron Dix. I'm the Vice President for Emergency Medical Services and Patient Flow for Prisma Health. So that includes our EMS division, emergency preparedness, transfer centers, and the paramedic comm room, and patient flow nurses at Richland Memorial. I started as an explorer for Bloomfield Volunteer Ambulance in Bloomfield, Connecticut in 1994. I got my EMT in 95 and then graduated college early to get my paramedic in 2000. I was a shift supervisor in Hartford, Connecticut for several years before moving down to Greenville, South Carolina, where I worked for Spartanburg County, and then went to Greenville County full-time, was the training coordinator for Greenville County for a few years, and then transitioned to Prisma Health. And I've been at Prisma Health since 2014. I'm the treasurer for the South Carolina EMS Association. I'm probably on my second year. I'm appointed because of the financial and fiduciary responsibilities of the treasurer. So, I've been managing a $45 million budget over the past couple years, and I have a master's degree in business administration. So I seem to be a natural fit for it, and I enjoy working with them and kind of sit on the executive committee. So, you never meet a paramedic or an EMT who thinks that they are respected and paid correctly. And the only way we fix that is by lobbying and communicating and advocating for the profession. And the only way of doing that, the only way of pushing forward, is to have a strong, unified voice and a strong, unified set of goals and objectives to push EMS forward, not just in South Carolina, but nationally. And the South Carolina EMS Association, under Henry's leadership, has become a national EMS association that is pushing EMS forward, not just in the state, but nationally. And I want to be part of that. I'm proud to be part of the organization. I feel like it gives me an outlet for some of the passion that I have. Sometimes maybe that passion's a little bit too much, but I'm from the North, so you take me with a grain of salt at times, but it's all done for the betterment of EMS. That's the only reason why I'm passionate. It ties into the fact that we all want to be reimbursed correctly. We all want to be paid correctly, and we want the respect that we deserve, right? It might sound cheesy, but people live or die based upon who shows up on the 911 call, right? We know that. We know that paramedics, EMTs, can have a profound impact on patient outcomes, and that families will stay together based upon the care that is provided. And we need to have a unified voice, not only at a statewide level, but on a national level, because we've seen the increase in inflationary cost in ambulances and equipment. We've seen, something as simple as Narcan that used to be 50 cents a dose, now $15, $20 a dose. And, reimbursement has stayed stagnant, and patient reimbursement has stayed stagnant. And we don't get a choice in the matter. When somebody calls 911, we're forced to show up. So, when you call, we have to show up, but yet people don't have to pay their bills. So there has to be a realization and a recognition that in order for EMS to receive the funding, the support, the respect that it so desperately deserves, there has to be a lobbying and advocating body. And that's why the EMS Association in South Carolina is so essential. me, I think I'd like to see the association do more when it comes to education. And I know that can be a difficult concept, right? But what we want to do is relieve or remove any barrier that anybody has, system has, to getting people who are non-certified certified. That is the root cause of fixing any of our workforce challenges, is the ability to get somebody in with free education quickly into an accredited institution for EMT and paramedic. So, one of my primary goals that I would like to see the EMS Association continue is to streamline that. It doesn't mean that the EMS Association provides that education, but is the conduit to get people in. So we can take those non-certified people out of high schools, from Amazon, who are driving, right? And pull them into the EMS workforce. I think that from a leadership perspective, reimbursement rules and laws have to change. The concept that we can't get reimbursement for treat in place or unless the patient is transported is archaic and not fair, right? Working a cardiac arrest that does not transport is extremely expensive, and yet not being able to get reimbursement for it is problematic. There are other treatments that we can do in the field that we see not only in EMS, but also on that MIH side, where we're saving the health insurance companies and the hospitals thousands of dollars by keeping them in home, but yet we can't get any reimbursement. So that's another big goal for me. And then, the third would be the sustainability of the EMS Association, right? We need to create a structure, a financial structure that allows the EMS Association to go past any of its current members. When it's time for me to step down, when it's time for Henry to step down, after all the great work that they've done, that we have the financial stability to continue moving forward for generations. So those are my three big goals that I'd like to see the EMS Association work on.